Steam. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, enough messing around and taking drinks of water and stuff before talking. Today, we are doing this one, the Bare Essentials Panda part. Again, on hard. And so it says, up here, Bare Essentials, Panda Park. Panda Park is Bernard Goodwin's newest zoo, built from the ground up to celebrate the panda in all its forms. The park represents an unparalleled opportunity to show the world just how much the Goodwin Foundation knows about breeding animals on the cusp of endangerment, so don't squander it. So with that in mind, let's get started.
Ah, pandas. They're my daughter's favorite animal. I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs, obviously. It'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot. Oh, but did you know? Thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be part of that conservation effort. It really speaks to our reputation, a reputation that you're going to be in charge of maintaining, along with all the general maintaining too. I really can't tell you how important the welfare of those pandas is. Oh, wait, I can. It is vitally important. The eyes of the world are on you, my friend. Although, perhaps more pressingly, the eyes of Nancy are on you too.
Nancy doesn't scare me. I'm not worried about Nancy.
Welcome to China. This is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished, but we'll deal with that later. First, let's take a tour of the zoo. Obviously, the giant pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago. Let's go and have a look at it. Go on, don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
I guess this was the panda habitat. No.
And click on the camera to enter animal camera mode. Oh, doesn't it just warm the cockles of your heart? So cute! Did you know that giant pandas, or Ailuropoda melaleuca if we're being formal, are the only entirely herbivorous bears? They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day. Not that surprising, given that they'll spend up to 14 hours a day chomping away. I don't imagine this little fluff ball has that kind of appetite yet, though. Oh no. I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease. We'll have to move them into quarantine to stop the infection from spreading to the other animals. To do that, go to the highlighted habitat, find the infected animal, and then select them to bring up their information panel.
There's only one, so I'm kind of like...
Good. Now click move and then
assuming.
transfer them into quarantine. I've highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you. Oh, phew. That's a relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat. I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there? That's the job. Vet surgeries play a very important role in a zoo, as they're the only places that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down, and the water in the flamingo and saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty.
It looks fine to me.
I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out.
Yeah, it looks fine to me. Yeah.
Click on the water treatment facility to bring up its information panel.
That's very kind of it to suddenly break in the middle of everything. It's okay, the mechanic was still close by.
Good work. Now that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, spins, benches, signs, and, as you already know, habitat barriers.
Just a memento.
Now, I'll be honest,
souvenir
I'm
shop.
still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think
Nope,
we
I
should
got
do
it
some
already,
research
don't
into
worry.
it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it. And even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent. I'd like you to start some research into bordetalosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research centre and get one of the vets researching it. Lovely job.
Here's
Once that
quarantine.
research is
Or
complete, I
quarantine.
expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
Whew! That was a close-run thing with those antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis
Oh, are they
here
really?
at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park. You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then
I
click
am
on
so
View
far ahead.
Workshop. Great stuff. That research will take a little while, so let's have a look at something else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news! While we wait for them to clear quarantine, you should set up their new habitat so they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
I'm doing it in the opposite order, otherwise I'm going to forget. Boop. Okay, so they have water. Yay. They have shelter. Yay. I don't know what terrain to put yet. I'm not so concerned with things like plants clipping through a fence. Because plants do that all the time in real life. They'll just find a crack and then they'll be through it. Especially when it's a fence like this that has the slots in the side. So I'm not terribly concerned about that.
Good news.
Oh, okay.
Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. You'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
Can I not? I want to keep adjusting the grass. Fine.
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there. Fingers crossed we'll see some lovely new cubs sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there?
Staff,
Well,
work zones.
unless you
work
hit the
zone.
pause button. Okay, I think it's time I taught you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful. You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like. So let's start by creating a new work zone and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff and then work zones. Now click on new work zone.
No.
To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
Yep.
Now that we've got our lovely new Just a Memento shop designed, you should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out and we won't miss out on their money. Oh, that's ever so wonderful, that is. Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have some more jobs for you to look at shortly.
Oh.
Aw, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
You guys have a
Back
problem.
as promised. Right, I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats. Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
Was that a concern? Okay. So we need 3 more species. So, yeah, we have a lot of pandas, a lot of flamingos. Okay. Let's see what we have available. No. No. Don't remember. We could do this. We're actually going to pause while we look at these. So this is going to need the most space. So let's sit down and look at our space available. We are in fact going to make this walkthrough, just so there's significantly more space. Cool, so it's not a lot. But now with that, we can take these and send them to quarantine. Where is quarantine? Is up here. While we let that play, I will set up the education. Anyway, so the next one we're building is the timber wolf. Oh, okay. To the quarantine now. And while I do that, I'm going to hop over here. Okay, all good. Is there anyone I can release to the wild? You and you, maybe? And you, maybe? Yeah, just go. Get out of here. And we are going to fix this real quick because this notification is bothering me significantly. I mean, I'm going to come back and do it anyway to get the overall welfare up. Okay, now overall, there you go. Okay, now while we get this ready, throw you in quarantine. Man, the saying that hits so much differently now.
I'm sure you know by now how to make your animals happy, so you'd best get that sorted before the inspector gets here. Sorry, did I not mention there was an inspector coming?
No, but it's okay.
Oh dear. Looks like you've got everything humming away nicely. Well done. Oh, well, it seems that with our new pandas and other species, we've attracted lots and lots of new guests. Let's work on making sure those guests are kept happy. That means making sure they have great views of the animals, lots of places to buy food and drink, and, well, lots of places to get rid of food and drink. Toilets.
Oh, I thought you were talking
You
about
should think
trash
carefully
cans.
about...
Bins.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like the inspector's almost here.
Cool.
Now, I fully expect you to pass with flying colours. Anything less, and I might have to organise a little job exchange scheme for you with whoever's mucking out the pandas.
We are here to watch the inspector in triple speed. New. Look at that pixelization. Hard to pick out in the crowd. Inspecting, bit by bit. Maybe I should switch camera mode so it's like... There we go. The inspector marches on, going and going, in shoes that are definitely not made for this kind of job. What are you doing? Those are flats. This is a zoo. Your heels are going to be wrecked. I mean, your heels are definitely wrecked right now. They just went through the ground, but like... I think we'll be fine. Considering the goal is 2.5 stars, we'll be fine. Aha!
Goodness! You know, I really can't believe just how much you've come on during our time together. It goes to show, Bernie's got a keen eye for talent. Oh, and speaking of Bernie, he's not finished with you yet. He's got a new job for you in Canada. I get the feeling that you'd best pack a warm coat.
Unless it's on the coast.
Oh, listen, it's been wonderful
Specifically
getting to
Pacific
know you,
coast.
and I'm sure we'll meet again. But in the meantime, good luck.
Yes, thank you. It's at this point I normally take
I've been told that
screenshots.
there are smiles on the faces of all of the guests. And that's a real testament to the hard work you've put into this place. And if anything, I hear the animals look even happier. Although, in all honesty, it's hard to tell with the pandas. They're so, enigmatic. Now, I'm told that Lin's quite the character, though. Oh, she's really been a hit with the visitors. You could even say the business is bam-booming. And, fingers crossed, we might even be able to feature pandas at some of my other zoos, now that you've shown everyone we know how to cater for their welfare. I shouldn't be surprised, though. After all, you've become a very capable trainee zoo manager. I suspect there isn't a single task I could throw at you which you wouldn't handle with aplomb. That said, I think the next one's gonna be a bit of a curveball.
If I remember right, the next one is one I had to restart a couple of times when I was playing it on medium. Man, I really love the terrain here. And I love the way just the way the pre-built stuff like works. And looks. Not works. Yeah, looks. Yep. Like, I don't know if I'm necessarily like the greatest at recording this game, but I do enjoy it. I know sometimes my voice doesn't necessarily come off as super enthusiastic, especially during these like tutorial levels, but I'm hoping it will I'm hoping it will become a little easier as time goes on. Anyway, with that in mind, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!